Good morning, y'all. I am Ben with Whitetail Hollow Farms, and today we're going to start our part one of building a set of hay wagon gear. So a little backstory here on this wagon. I bought a set of John Deere 1065 wagon gear from an auction about 2 hours from here, hour and a half-ish, and dragged it home. It's got a bend in the frame, in the reach pole, the middle pole, which isn't a very big deal, and one of the mounting brackets has got a little bend in it. So I've got a welder that's coming out this coming week that's going to fix those little defects. He charges $60 an hour, so I'm going to try and show the pricing as to how much something like this would cost you to build if you did it the way that I'm doing it. At least here in 2021, where lumber prices are insane and people have gone stir crazy for crazy reasons. So for around $120, which is 2 hours of labor, $120 to get the wagon fixed, and I bought the wagon for $350. So we're already off to a pretty good start as far as pricing goes. We are going to be using Polyface Designs book, if you can see it there, for our actual wagon plans. I can't show those plans on camera because that's copyright infringement, but I can show you the actual book that we're taking the plans from, and I can send you their way. It is an absolutely excellent book by Joel Salatin. He owns Polyface Farms up there in, I believe, West Virginia, and they've just got some excellent plans. Very visual imagery in there to help you figure out what you're really doing. It's not just some words on a page and you figure it out. They've actually got 3D images of what you need to do to build your piece of equipment, whatever you're building. So it is a massive book, tons of plans. Would definitely suggest you get it, and we'll have a link in the description to it. So the main issue that I've had with this wagon starting off is getting the actual lumber for it. Right now the lumber market is a little insane. It has come down quite a bit in the past 6 months, which is a great thing, but it's still pretty expensive to get lumber right now, and some of it's hard to find, especially hardwood oaks and stuff like that. So I actually had a company here in town custom mill me the big 4x10x16 runner boards that are going to be the actual frame of the wagon that actually bolt on to the stake. That's the only way I could get those boards. I went to the local hardware store and they were able to get me some custom cut boards from a mill somewhere else, but they were going to be pine and they were going to be just about as expensive. And the book says to use hardwood if possible for rot resistant. I kind of skimped out on the rest of the wagon. I got a quote to get all the lumber in that hardwood white oak that I decided to go with for the runner boards, and that would have been, I think, $890 for all that lumber. We're going to just make the runner boards solid oak because we want a really good foundation, and then the deck boards that are going to be on top are just going to be #2 pressure treated pine. So today we're going to try and get all the materials to build this wagon. The only problem that we've got so far is waiting on the welder, because I can't build this frame off the wagon and then put it on. It needs to be built on the wagon. So in this video we're just going to be getting the lumber for the project. I'm going to show you the wagon gear, show you what all we're going to have to do to it besides the welding. It needs some new tires. I bought 4 brand new high flotation implement tires that are going to look fantastic on it. Tires that are on it now, you'll see here in a short minute, they are absolutely destroyed. So those needed to be swapped out before we had anybody ride it for a hay ride, or we put 6,000 pounds worth of bales on it. So I'm going to hand you off to future me when we've got the lumber and we're sitting there looking at the wagon. Well, here it is, y'all. I think we have got all the lumber that we need to build the deck on this hay wagon. So a quick run over of what we've got here. These are custom milled 4x10x16s out of white oak. So they are really strong, high quality beams that should last a really long time. They look pretty good. I'm excited about those. Those ran me $265 to have custom milled out, which, considering the prices of lumber right now and the fact that white oak is a really rot resistant high quality wood, I'd say that wasn't an awful price. These right here and those 2 stacks over there are my #2 pressure treated 2x8x8. If you happen to get the Polyface book, Polyface Design, you'll notice that in the book it says to get 2x8x16s, but they didn't have those at our hardware store, and I wasn't able to get those custom milled. That would have cost a lot more money, and they actually didn't have enough white oak to do everything out of white oak at the mill that I went to. So all they had available was the runner boards, the 4x10x16. So the rest of this, some of it is not exact to the Polyface book. We're gonna make a couple of little tweaks wherever we've got to, just because of lumber shortages, I guess. So anyways, 2x8x8, because the 2x8x16s in the book get cut in half anyways to make 2x8x8. So we've got 23 2x8x8, and then right here from my side strip to hold the 2x8x8 decks together, I've got some 1x4x8, and those are also number 2 pressure treated. It's going to be a pretty simple wagon. Got all the hardware here as well, so it shouldn't be too hard to build. The next step is to get some new tires on it, which we have got right here. We've got 4 really nice looking high flotation implement tires. I'm gonna bring those to a tire shop, have them put it on the wagon, because like I said earlier, the Wagon Gear, the tires on it are shot. They're old truck tires. They don't look good. Not that I'm going to bring this thing to a show or anything, but you know, we might put it in a parade or something. I just want it to look nice, you know. We've talked about bringing it to the winter parade in town and having the tractor haul it around. I'm gonna repaint it, make it look all nice. Tires are a must. We need some good tires on it. So I'm gonna unload all this wood, and then I'm gonna bring y'all around to actually look at the wagon itself, because I don't think I've shown that on camera before, and I'd like y'all to see what we're actually working on for as far as wagon gear. One more quick thing here while I'm over here at the north end of the farm. I bought some John Deere yellow and some John Deere green, some primer and some plastic sheeting so that we can actually repaint it, and I'm gonna do the wheels first while the old tires are on it. I don't care if they get spray marks on it, because those tires will never be used again. They are just dangerous, so they are going to get thrown to the dump. So if I get some overspray on them, not a big deal, but I did get some plastic sheeting anyways. So yeah, tires first, and then we'll clean down the frame and actually paint the frame up in the John Deere green. Folks, it is hot here. Got it all unloaded. Now we're gonna go look at the wagon. I need to drink some water first. I think it's like 105-degree heat index. It's rough today, really rough. Well, here we are, y'all. This is the set of wagon gear that we're gonna build that deck on. So this is a probably, I think, 1960s, 1970s, maybe earlier, maybe, I don't know, not sure. It's an old set of wagon gear. Somewhere on here is the serial number. There it is. And if you read here at the very beginning, I don't know how easy it's going to be for y'all to see. I don't know if the camera's going to focus or not, but it says 1065, no A in it. So this is a 1065 set of wagon gear. The more popular version was the 1065A, which I believe had a squared off reach tube on it. So this one is circular. So the main problems we have with this wagon, these old junked out truck tires, they got to go. That's why we bought the implement tires. And if you actually look at this front one right here, you can see what we're dealing with problem wise. We have got hunks of rubber coming out of this thing, and you can actually see the belts in there. Pretty bad. So those are getting changed out for new high flow implement tires. The next two things are what the welder's going to work on. Is this stake right here is actually bent forward a little bit and has a bit of a crack in it right there. He's going to fix that up one way or the other. And if you look straight down set of gear here, you can see there is a obvious bend in the middle of that reach pole. So he is going to beat on that and see if he can straighten it out. And if he can't, he's not going to charge me for the time he's going to spend beating it out, and we're just going to get a whole new pole installed. After he's done with all his welding and everything, which is the first thing that's going to happen here, we'll take care of those tires and start painting. So I'm going to strip this entire thing down with a wire wheel and repaint it. I've already, like I said and showed y'all, we've got the paint ready to go. That should be pretty simple. From there, we'll start working on the deck, and then we should have a finished wagon. So it'll be 16 foot long and should hold plenty of people during the farm tour this year. So I'm very excited about this project. I can't wait for it to actually get in motion. Feel like it kind of got in motion today going and getting the lumber. It all comes out in the editing, y'all. So I completely forgot to do an outro for this, and I forgot to total up the price of this entire project so far, which is a main thing I wanted to cover in the video. So if you notice throughout the video in the top left hand corner while I've been editing, I've been putting in the price of everything so far. So far for this wagon behind me, the wagon gear itself was $350. The welding, we're estimating $120, which I still haven't heard from the welder this week, so I'm hoping I hear from him soon and we can get rolling on this thing. The lumber and hardware was $627.28. The tires were $419.96. The paint was $64.94. So that brings our total price so far to $1,582.18. There you have it. That's what we've got into this thing. And we still haven't done anything on it, but that's all the materials, so hopefully we should be good to go. The rain's starting to come down on me, as y'all can see. It's been nothing but rain in here, but if y'all want to stay up to date on this project, I think it's going to be a fun one. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, leave a comment below if you got any questions, and hopefully as soon as the welder shows up, I can start making more videos about this thing, and I'll be rolling from there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, etc. Share it with your friends if you think they might be interested. And thanks again for watching Whitetail Hollow Farms.